We annoy each other.
Yeah, she's very annoying.
Yeah, you annoying.
She's so annoying.
Yeah, on that note, let's answer.
Yeah, annoying.
When are we have? Hey, housemates!
We in the house.
Today we are going to. Okay, guys. Today we're going to be answering some questions.
It's another get to know us Q&A. We haven't done one since our very first video.
Okay, the get to know us is from your perspective because we are answering your questions.
So what happened was we put a
story up and we asked what you guys would like to know, and
you asked us,
and now we're
we
gonna
shall answer. Without further ado, please don't forget to follow us on the social media links below. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to the house. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do.
Subscribe.
It is free of
You know what? You're even gonna wait for you to subscribe.
Let's wait.
Thank you so much for subscribing.
Welcome to the house.
Welcome to the house.
All right, let's get into the video. Today we're having Krispy Kreme donuts. And yeah, guys, please feel free to send us snacks. Where do you guys come from and what language do you speak?
I come from the Free State, Kwakwa.
And then
Sotho.
Oh, Gaetano.
Sotho. I'm from Kwakwa, Free State.
My housemates asendlini Ngwenyas. Mbuye Swatini. I'm like from Swaziland straight as for Wolf. That's where we stay. But I was born in Bangladesh and I speak Siswati.
How was the move, and can we see your new place on your vlog? We didn't vlog moving, but we included
like the empty apartment in our bonus video.
I said the panty. we included the empty apartment in the other video. We are still getting things for the house and doing deco once we are done, which is gonna take a long time because we're broke.
What we can do though is on Instagram and our story, I'll just do a walk around of how the apartment looks right now. So if you aren't following us on Instagram, here's the link, and I'll do that on Friday morning. So on Friday, check out our Instagram stories. I'll do a walk around of the apartment.
I'm not happy.
That was donut. Let me tell you.
Santon City Donuts, nope.
Maybe it's because they were there the whole day. Remember, it was like they weren't making more donuts.
Yeah, but still,
you can see it's not soft. It looks like a loaf
of bread. Yeah. So the move itself was very tiring. And on the last day of the move, guys, I was in a meeting that was 5 hours. So I was not okay.
Yo, the fridge killed me and my friend Pat.
Yeah, and then they went and dented my fridge. Like, guys, moving is very stressful. Like, everything went well. We moved in. We actually took out everything really quickly this time around.
Yeah. Ngwenyas, she's never been around for the moving process. This is the first time.
But you would move everything and then keep it in boxes. You remember when I even thought some of my things were stolen because like they were still in boxes.
Oh, when are you having kids? Going on with you right now?
I'm realizing that I'm getting old.
Like I was saying,
Yes.
like we're like 2-3 years out of like the varsity stage of our life, so we're still like getting a lot of things together financially, and we're blessed enough to not actually have a kid like during that time. So we'd like to have a kid when it's not like there's a point in time where we're going to say, yeah, now we're going to start trying to
because it's not like there's ever a time where you're financially like proper ready.
A kid is not something it's not like you want to buy a car and you save up for it. It's not like you can say I want to save up to have a kid or anything.
Yeah.
It's just where we are right now. We're still getting to figure life out like together, and then throwing a kid into that, I don't think it's something we're really actually
we're not. We're not ready for that yet, and like we won't be ready for a while.
I was saying,
I don't see, like maybe in the next 5 years I can see it. No, in the next 10 years. 5? What? How old am I? As long as I'm not over 30, because downs. Mara. Yeah. Like, let's just say it's not something that we're entertaining yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No jokes about it either.
Yeah.
No like baby bump jokes or like when she's bloated.
Yeah, when I'm bloated, like I can't even joke around.
I shut it down very quickly.
He immediately sees himself being broke.
The other day I was
no more fun. Yeah. No more going to Joburg Day.
Next question. So question number 2, from Zanian Love. What keeps you guys going? How do you overcome challenges as a couple? You can go first.
I don't know. I think the love, like literally, I don't know if people think I'm cliche for always saying love, whatever. But there's like literally genuine love between us, and that keeps us going. Even when he's being annoying us.
Side note, should have warmed these donuts up a little bit. I don't know. Krispy Kreme should have instructions for how to eat the donuts if they get cold or something.
So I think the biggest thing with us, like what keeps us going, is the fact that there's genuine love. So even when he's been an annoying prick, I love him and it keeps me going. Like that.
Keeps a spice in the relationship.
Yeah.
My prick, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be a prick. It makes it laugh.
No, I'll slap you.
Guys, now I have to live with threats every day. But I've been saying it keeps the spice.
You never know when you might get slapped.
Yeah, just walk around.
What do we do when you go through difficult times?
We talk about
God.
it first.
No, yeah, he's being
honest though.
We talk about it, but like we never like at that. Like say for instance, if I'm depressed, we are never depressed like at the same time. So he's there to get me out of it, and if he's depressed, I'm there to get him out of it. Like if we're going through a rough woo! My English has went to sleep, guys. If we are going through a rough patch, like in our lives, or like there's a lot of things that are happening, I think we rely a lot on God, one, and we rely a lot on each other's strength, and that's what keeps us going.
Don't one of you sometimes just feel like being alone? Yeah, it's normal.
Yeah.
Like it's very normal. I also
Especially when I'm PMSing.
Yeah, it's like
all this testosterone.
One of this bag of annoyance. Just take it and like put it in.
Then you know what? When you don't get to say that, think about it. You because you either go to work late or you get home early. You get to spend a lot of time alone. Me, like most of the time, when I get home, you're already home.
Yeah, but it's not like I get to have me time, because most of the time I have something that I have to do.
You want
like sometimes, you know, some like being alone sometimes means just like there's nothing that you have to do. You just want to sit and like be with yourself, or even be in your head
and
just
sleep
like,
alone. Eh?
Yeah, and like just sleep without somebody taking all the blankets. What?
Like, guys, he's lying. He wants all that alone time until it's time to sleep.
What are you talking about?
Don't act like you don't have a phobia of being alone.
Yeah, but I want some alone time. I didn't say I want to be single. I just said
No. I mean, like, I can give you a weekend to be alone. And that weekend to be alone doesn't mean that you invite a person over. Like,
why would I want to like be alone for an entire weekend? Like, what am I?
Okay, one day.
Yeah, a day is fine. Like, I like just going out and like, or just like sitting around and playing FIFA or whatever. It's not like
and sleeping alone the whole night.
No, you don't want to sleep alone the whole night. You can go and do something and come back later. Sleep alone the whole night. How do you keep your love lives interesting all the time? It's not interesting.
No, it's
all
not
the time.
interesting all the time. Sometimes it just gets.
Is that so?
Yeah, it does get like that, guys, sometimes. Because like after being with each other for 5 years, like you almost know everything.
But I get the gist of the question is how do we, when it gets there, how do we keep it interesting? I don't know. We go and make very bad decisions financially, I guess. I don't know. What do we
Our relationship is like interesting most of the times because now we have the YouTube channel, so we are always forced to get out of our comfort zone. And like I feel like every stage of our relationship there's always something there to conveniently like make it interesting.
Also,
but
the challenges keep the relationship interesting because we go through so much that we end up like forgetting that maybe the relationship is stale, for lack of a better word.
So that's what I was about to say. I think we haven't figured out how to actually like work on like making it interesting, like actively doing it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
there's always shit that's going on.
I crack jokes a lot.
Guys, like just close off that question. There's always shit that's going on within the relationship, not just the relationship. There's always in our lives. There's always like, stuff that's
we are growing. We are experiencing new things, and like there's so much going on like at this age. And I see like there's this thing, like what date night, what. We are currently not doing it actively, but we end up doing it, not having planned.
Yeah, we don't put labels on a lot of things.
Yeah, we don't put labels on a lot of things, but simple things, man. We still eat in the same plate. We don't eat in separate plates. We eat in the same plate.
We wait for each other to eat unless
we like. I can be so hungry, but I'll wait for him to eat. He'll wait for me to eat as well.
I almost said we wait to watch things together, but somebody.
What did I finish? I just finished Frankie and Grace.
The Order.
What?
No,
you finished the order? You
No.
finished it.
What is it? The thing with that obsessive guy, babe.
Maybe there's 2 last episodes. You can watch them.
2 last episodes.
Like
1
those
hour,
kind of
20
things,
minutes.
like those things that we do.
What are your ideal goals as a couple? Hey, hold it. So.
Why don't you want me to kiss you? Are you?
No.
Yeah.
You don't want to give me? Okay, it's fine. Okay, guys. Ideal goals. Like, I'd like to put it like this. We always set goals at the beginning of the year, not like New Year resolutions or like those goals that like they go dry during. It's like we always set a precedent, like you know what we want.
Those are the goals that went dry.
No, can we ask what the ideal goals are? Like this year, our ideal goal was to get our finances in order. That means like being more strict with our budget, being actually able to pay off the small debts that like keep on bringing our finances down, like accounts and what else?
Credit card
accounts, small loans that we have, things like that. That's all I go for. Okay, I have a small loan that it's a long story for another day, but like yeah.
It was not like a stupid small loan. You did it for your like studies, and then you got a bursary, and we spent the money.
At least,
but we spent the money on furniture actually.
Yeah.
I'm starting to make it rain.
But yeah, like those are our ideal goals. We usually set the big goals yearly, and then the other ones are the ones that fall off. Like me, I turned into a geezer when like we're meant to have like.
I turned into a big worm.
Spoon.
I think our main ideal goal was like has always been to build an empire together.
And generate wealth for, this is gonna sound so cliche, let me do it in an Albert voice. Generating wealth for generations on generations on generations.
To come.
The Ngwenyas investments.
Yeah, so I think that's our main ideal goal. Because you guys stay together, how do you guys still keep a good relationship with your friends? Oh, this girl has the right questions. Let me tell you, when we started dating, I think, especially when you are in this bubble, it's very easy to like.
Why are you saying this bubble like I'm a bubble on my own?
In this bubble.
That's not the case, I'm not a bubble.
Like honestly, if you are in this bubble, it's very like, I think my friends will attest to this. I literally went off the grid. He also went off the grid. Like you stop chilling with your friends and for the longest time, like it was just the two of us. And even now, it's like sometimes we just be like, do we really have to be with people? So we actively try to set dates to be like, okay, this weekend or this day we're going to be with our friends, and we are making an active effort, because it came a point. There was a point in our relationship where we're like, we are literally only spending time together. Like we are not putting in time for other people. So we actively made
a decision.
Yeah, we actually made a decision.
And
to
also, it's very bad to end up just spending time. It's how a lot of relationships also end up.
And because like you just feel like you're with this person the whole time.
In each other's face. When you go through something, now you're always talking to that person. What if you don't want to hear their side? Like
it's a lot. So
as a young couple living together and both working, how do you manage your finances? So firstly, we like join our finances, not like we have a joint account, but like we're very aware of how much she earns and how much I earn. And if like when there's extra income, we're also very aware of that. We like agreed at the beginning of our relationship, when our relationship was becoming serious, that we're going to be like honest about our finances, and that we're going to split up our expenses and things like that, instead of like one person just having like to do all of that. Everything is almost 50-50. Then we have a budget. You can speak about the budgeting part.
Oh yeah, we already said we are open with our like how much we make and everything, and so we have a set budget, right, that has our fixed expenses. Yeah, our fixed expenses, and then we put on in everything that we plan for the next month. We allocate finances to everything. So one thing we're very strict about is our fixed costs. Like we pay our things on time, and like pay all our debts, like petrol money, rent,
and also something
insurance.
else that we do is that like we put tithe inside, like we just put it under expense. What do you mean like that? and we put tithe like under, not that it's an expense, but we put it as an expense. Even entertainment, we put it as an expense.
Yeah.
So that we can try as much as possible to keep track of like almost every cent we do spend.
Yeah.
But
the problem is like the problem is that the fixed expenses I said we're good with, we've like kind of gotten a flow.
Yeah, no, that we don't mess up.
We don't mess up. Like I'm very, yeah. But when now there's extra money that needs to be put away and like put us like we jumble it up, and then that jumbling up we're still figuring it out. But I think we are on the right track, but like there's a lot of things that we still need to learn in terms of, but we know how to budget, we just don't know how to keep to the diet.
Also like we said at the beginning, as at the beginning of the video, we're still figuring a lot of things out together. Even with this place, we didn't purchase a place because we saw we were not ready financially to purchase a place as well. So I mean, with finances, you learn as you go along. The most important thing is not like keeping on making the same mistakes.
Yeah.
How did you guys manage your finances whilst the husband was budgeting for Lobola money? Answer this one. I knew for a long time that I was going to pay my Lobola, so I started saving. Not really, like I started just before I started working. That like saving, and it wasn't like it's a huge chunk like now that I was saving.
When you got like your bonus.
Then when I got my bonus at work, you know, I sacrificed every extra little income that I got, every little income, wherever it came from. I sacrificed that and put it away for trading a house. But yeah, I was blessed enough to have like a lot of extra incomes that came in whilst we were saving for that. So I prioritized it, and then yeah, it happened.
I graduated first.
Ask the question.
Who graduated first, and how did the struggle of finding a job go about?
I haven't even graduated.
I graduated first. I found him in varsity. And I left him in varsity. And not that he's dumb or anything. It's just that his priorities were not straight. So he had to start over.
Yeah, well,
by God's
I'm graduating
grace,
next year.
You'll be graduating next year.
I was blessed enough to get the chance to.
But he got a job before me.
What is how the job thing goes?
Okay. He got a job before me, and literally, the thing is, I used to do a lot of things on like when I was in varsity, like to kind of have like some content on my CV. So finding my first job was not very difficult. It did, yeah, my only job, but it took. Let me see, I finished 2016. I started working on the 1st of June. So 6 months?
Yeah, it was about 6 months.
Almost, like let's say I started the interview process in April.
But you started working in June, so it was 6 months. Also, like...
No, 5 months because it was the 1st of June.
Also, when you speak about it, it seems like it was a short process. The 5 months between her working and like not working, it was very long because I started working 6 months before her. So literally, it was actually God's plan. Let me structure this very properly. So what happened was, when she graduated and I was trying out to keep business at that time when she was still at school. So I was applying for jobs throughout 2016.
Throughout 2016.
Throughout 2016 and even 2015 I was applying for jobs. Then in December 2016 I started working where I work now at South African Airways. Then we both moved to Kempton Park. So from January to when she started that interviewing process, she was also trying a lot of stuff. But it was tough. It was tough for like not having a job.
Yeah, and then like, guys, there's a lot of things like do you have a car? Do you have your own transport?
Do you speak Afrikaans?
Do you speak Afrikaans?
That's a real thing.
Do you like? It's not easy finding a job. So yeah, I was fortunate to find a job within the first year of having graduated. But I think something that also helped me was the way I structured my CV, the way because you become obsessed with it. You are always constantly applying, day and night you're applying. And I was not too picky with what I was applying for, because when I started where I currently work, I literally started with I was doing customer service and social media. And a lot of people, when they graduate, they want specifically a communications job. If you did communications, you want specifically to be a communications manager or assistant, whatever. So I was you know what, I'm not gonna just limit myself to that. I knew the kind of careers I wanted to go to, and at that time the only job that was open at the company that I worked for was for customer service and social media, and I learned and worked towards the job that my current position.
I think we should actually do a video that's transitioning from university to adulting.
Yeah.
So one more piece of advice that I want to give, something that my wife briefly breezed on, was whilst she was in university, she was volunteering, she was also doing jobs on the side, being a promoter and things like that. All of those things helped her with her CV. So those are small things that help you build your CV whilst you're still in university. What were you guys studying?
I studied a BCom degree in communication management.
Okay. When I got out of high school, I went to Tux. At Tux, I started in Mamelodi campus. And then in Mamelodi campus, you just do if you want to go into engineering or sciences or medicine or whatever, you do a science and math thing. Then I went into entrepreneurship, and then I went from there to UNISA, where I continued with entrepreneurship, and then from there I am where I am now at Boston, doing marketing. But all of those things tied together, so I'm in my third year of doing the marketing. All right.
Since you guys started dating from university, how did you manage relationship and studying?
We winged it, sis.
We winged it, honestly, we winged it.
Let's just give 2 pointers each of how we managed it.
Okay, cool. So when I had to study, when we started off, how we started off, we were kind of study partners. Yeah, so we would go to the library together, and he would help me a lot with my assignments, and say he would be forcing me to stay up so that I can study. So
also something that helped, we started spending a lot of time together, so it kind of filtered out all the other stuff that would have put you away from being at school or focusing on your relationship. So we just spent a lot of time together, and it ended up kind of working in our favor, because we do studying and we do relationshiping.
Yeah. Guys, I'm not gonna leave it out because
Tembi.
Are you guys still going to gym? No, we are not going to gym, because we just moved and our gym is in Kempton Park, and we need to pay one-off fee to start using the gym.
It's not an excuse, but
it's not. Yeah, it's kind of. No, we're not gymming.
We've answered all your questions. We hope that you got answered with all the questions that you've asked, and we hope that you enjoyed this video.
Okay guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, like we said, we hope you enjoyed the video and we answered everything you needed to answer.
Please
if you have more questions
if you have more questions, hit us up in the comment box. We're just trying to go through this because his battery is dying.
Okay.
Also, please guys, like we said, our goal for the end of this month is 500 housemates. Please just share us everywhere you can. Share us with your friends, and do not forget to press that subscribe button. It's right over there. Follow us on the social media links below, and we will be back with the video next week.
Thursday! Bye, housemates.
We forgot to say, something special is actually coming next week.
Oh! Ooh, we did a fun collaboration. It's not a collab.
But
it's
we don't want to say too much. So you better hit that subscribe and hit that notification. But if you subscribe already and haven't hit the notification,
post notification,
and you'll be notified. Tomorrow posting schedule is going to be really different.
Yeah.
We'll still have a video on Thursday, but there's more coming.
Post notification.
Bye, Housemate.
Babe, post notification.
What? Shout out.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, my post notification shout out goes to
Who? Goes to goes to
Bridget Lefatsa.
Hey, that's corruption. Don't be corrupt.
It's not corruption.
I'm joking. That's your shout out. It's fine.
Yeah.
Alright, I do not know how to pronounce this, but what I'm going to do is take a screenshot and put it over here. Like right over here. But I'm going to attempt this. Please, ungangibulali if I didn't say this right.
Ngasiwe
Yeah, that was a fail. But shout out to you, Housemate. Like, when you subscribed last week, you literally made my day. I was laughing the whole time at your comments. So thank you. If you want to be in the next post notification shout out, post a comment at the bottom of this video with hashtag Housemate, hashtag road to 500, hashtag notification gang, and it could be you. Thank you guys for tuning in. This battery is about to die. We love you.